Hey guys, I'm back again. It's like day 53 or something like that. It's 26 degrees out here, but it feels a lot colder today. The wind is quite active, kind of cutting through the jacket. It's flurrying a little bit. So definitely more of a challenging walk today. I'm out here today in the KSwiss Lowe's Court Palisades, and here is a little bit more of a close-up there on the side. Yeah, and then right there. My phone sent me some notifications last night that I was doing considerably better with some health markers, VO2 max and resting heart rate and all of that. The numbers of steps that I've acquired throughout, over the last several weeks. So all of those things are really, really positive. My nutrition is settling in. Breakfasts are consistent and lunches are consistent. The evenings, there's flexibility there. Sometimes I keep it really healthy, and other times, it could be better. But I'm not like gorging myself on soda like I was before. And I'm not preventing myself from having any either at times if I want some. But understanding that smaller portions are absolutely okay. I used to always, let's just talk soda. Whenever you go to a fast food place and they want to price you sodas, they are usually pretty expensive right out of the gate, even for a small. And it doesn't measure up proportionately to what you're getting, because just for like 10 cents more you can get the medium, or maybe 10 or 20 cents more or something, but then they stage it like that. So when you look at it from a value perspective, you go, well, all I need to do is pay just a little bit more and I will have my large. And that right there is the trap, because for what you're trading away for those few cents, you think you're getting a better deal, but in reality, you're trading your health. And it's taken me a long time to realize that. It's hard not to indulge in stuff like that occasionally. So I just allow myself to go ahead and do it. But I say, all right, get the small soda. And that is perfectly fine. I don't need anything else. That allows me to have the taste that I'm looking for without all of the guilt from all the sugar and extra calories. I know I had said in a previous video that my late night cravings for the most part have went away, and that is still mostly true, but occasionally I will have these cravings late at night like I always did before, kind of like wanting to fall back into old habits, but I haven't allowed myself to go there. I still get off the couch, I still go to the refrigerator, and I look for the same items that I used to look for in the past. What's the difference? I don't stock those items, yet my brain will still get me off the couch to look for something to eat, and I'll just go scour for the quickest thing, and I don't allow myself to have it. It's just that simple. It's kind of a weird psychological thing, but that's the truth of it. And so what I end up having instead is literally a glass of green tea, and sometimes I will have a little bar of like 85% cacao chocolate, and I keep that in the freezer, and that provides a little crunch that my body's like seeking, a little bit of sweetness, but still good for antioxidants and all of that. So and that's not bad. That's way better than it used to be. I want to address the plantar fasciitis. I was able to remove the insoles from these shoes, although there was a light adhesive on it. After removing it, I chose to put it back in because there was literally no cushion beyond what that insole was. The insole in these, it's harder to the touch, so it won't bottom out quite as quickly, but it is not like a super comfortable insole by any stretch of the imagination. So I was able to drop the orthotic in, and I just loosened up the laces, and I'm really not noticing any heel slip, so that's nice. These shoes, I would not describe them as super comfortable though. The plantar fasciitis that I'm dealing with, as I'm sure a lot of people who have dealt with this, it just kind of comes and goes. Sometimes I can walk bare feet, sometimes I can't, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. You would think that if I've walked a ton, my feet would be really hurting later, but it's not necessarily true. It didn't. I walked close to 2 hours yesterday, and that really didn't happen to my feet all that much. I saw some videos about people who had used a compression sock to help with it. So I have a couple of those, and I decided I would put one on today. And just putting my feet in the shoes that I wore yesterday, which were the Reebok something. I can't even remember them at this point. But there was a nice little set of low top Reeboks. And like I said, yesterday I walked like 2 hours in those things just about. And I put them on today with the compression sock and the orthotic. And for once, it was like I could move around the house like I was 20 years old. I had every bit of flexibility and movement. I could go down the stairs super easily. Like everything was great. And I came down the steps and I was telling my wife about it. I don't know what it is about the compression sock, but it really is doing something. So I was ready to rave and review about it. And today, so I went upstairs and I put the orthotic in these shoes. And again, the only thing that's changed is the shoe. The orthotic is the same. I'm still wearing the compression sock and everything, and I've just changed the shoe. And then I started walking out here for for exercise, And as soon as I did, it was like the immediate step was like, oh God, this is going to be rough. They're not that great. They're uncomfortable. They're rubbing my feet at the top of the foot near the laces, and it's just not a very good ride. So yeah, that was closing thoughts. My phone started shutting down. It shut down at least 8 to 10 times already, and it's sometimes saying 10%, and then it'll go back up to 50%, then back down to 10%. It's just nuts. And I left the house with 80%, and it was already down to 10% after 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to cut this one short. I appreciate you guys watching. You all take it easy. Bye.